Welcome to Bit Pod, where I'm not raising your children. You raise your fucking children.
Straight up.
I love that.
Today's guest is Jordann / Radical Phoenixx. Well, y'all know her as Radical Phoenixx. I know her as Jordann.
Right.
And Trae Alexander. Y'all know him as Trae Alexander. I also know him as Trae Alexander.
What up? Yeah.
So we about to have a good day.
It is Good Friday.
It is Good Friday.
It is Good Friday.
It is Good Friday. People probably won't see this for months, but today is Good Friday. So, we gonna start off light. You feel me? Just super light. What y'all been doing for the past month or so?
Trae, let's start with you.
So actually, that's crazy that you asked for this last month. I just opened up my photography studio right
shit.
there on Datura. Yeah, check me out, Trae Alexander Photos.
That's what's up.
Yes.
Wait, Datura?
Datura, right next to Clematis.
Oh, is that where you were coming from when I seen you?
When I was like, Mike, I ran into you right there. I was literally walking out the studio.
I did not realize that.
I just keep running to you on Clematis, Mike.
Because I'm always
You
drunk
spend a lot of time there.
It's very Palm Beach of the both of you.
No hikey, though.
People watching this in other countries are going to be like, what's Datura?
Datura is downtown West Palm. There are mad bars out there. Sunday, I get lit.
Brunch.
That's it.
Yeah.
Was it brunch time?
Yeah, it was brunch.
I've never been to brunch.
It's fun.
I've never been to that
it's
club.
really fun.
That I won't
It's
say their
fun.
names because I'm not plugging them because they're not paying us.
Oh no, we not paying.
We're not saying no names.
If you would have said it, I'd have been like,
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Bleep that shit.
You got to come to brunch, Jordan. You know who you see.
Y'all got to invite me. No one ever invites me to brunch. Let's just be clear.
You want to come to a different brunch on Sunday with me? I ran into Bree Live the other day, and they said they're having a brunch like down the street from here, like on Old Okeechobee.
A brunch on Old Okeechobee?
Yeah, apparently there's like a bar or restaurant somewhere back over there.
Maybe. We'll see. It depends.
It sounds black owned.
And I like
It
that.
probably is.
I like that.
You said Bree.
Bree Live. She raps.
She's not the owner. She's just
Oh, she's a
having an
hostess.
event. Yeah.
Probably the host.
Yeah,
of the
probably
event.
her and Sunshine.
Her
okay.
Sunshine.
Who I know is Sam.
Yeah.
We really know each other. A lot of the people in this room have known each other since like middle school.
Straight up.
A lot of people
scary.
who come on this show are coming on this show because I've known them for hella fucking long.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And fun fact, do you want to release this
go
fun
ahead, say
fact? So Mike and I have known each other since I was in middle school. He was in high school, right? And then me and my brother went to a barbecue at his house, and his dad was there, and my mom was with us, and I think it was like 4th of July or something, and they got to talking, and come to find out, we's related. We's families. So every time we see each other, we be like, cousin!
Right.
Because it's so weird.
It's so crazy. Jamaican families is crazy. You
Yeah.
never know who related to who.
And that is why when dudes try to talk to me, one of the first things I ask is, where are you from? Where are your people from? And what city, state, zip were they settled in that parish? Because I definitely had that happen one time.
Right.
Somebody was trying to talk to me, and I said, something just came to me and said, who's your grandfather? And tell me why this nigga had the same grandfather as me. I said, he got green eyes, he half white, pink lips, big ears, look like a little chimpanzee.
No, stop.
Yes.
Damn.
Same name, everything. I was like, that's my grandfather. He was like, nah, for real? I'm like, yes.
Hey, man.
So today I'm known as his fine ass cousin.
Jamaican dudes get around.
What?
Old Jamaican
That's
dudes.
kind of
though,
problematic.
He's
mainly.
not old, he was young. He's like my age.
The grandfather.
Oh, yeah.
He's really where this problem stems from.
Yes.
The grandfather out here is spreading his seed widely.
Yes, because he didn't know his
Fine
father's
ass
side
cousin.
like that.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Especially in South Florida where, we so close. You never know. Anybody I meet, I'm weary of any girl with the last name Rose. Like,
That's such a unique last name, though.
it is a very unique last name.
It's awesome.
See? This nigga got people in his family with the last name Rose. We probably related.
What?
Oh.
And they Jamaican.
Look, everybody was like,
That's crazy.
Dun,
are
dun,
they
dun.
related? Find out on the next episode of Big Pod.
Right. Oh shit! So what you been up to?
Out here staying alive. Not getting vaccinated, and trying to change my diet back to before the holidays when I wasn't eating and ingesting toxins as much.
The before time.
And hosting events and trying to get back to writing and going to the studio. I actually temporarily left town like I owed somebody money and came back.
Did you come back with said person's money?
I didn't actually owe anybody money. I'm saying I skipped town as if to clear that up real quick. I don't owe nobody no money.
So what is this person's name and how much do you owe them?
I don't owe anybody money.
You heard it here first, folks. She owes somebody money.
I do not.
Pay it up, Jordan. Pay it up. Swipe that card.
Right. No, just
I am a part
Cash
of the,
App.
I am part of the FBI. I don't owe anybody money.
What does the FBI stand for?
Feminine, beautiful, and intelligent.
Ooh.
Inspiring.
Never heard that.
I've never heard
It's actually
this.
feminine, beautiful, and inspiring.
Where did this come from?
Kevin R. Samuels.
Wow.
If y'all ever watch Kevin
No.
Samuels, you never watched Kevin Samuels? Kevin Samuels? Y'all never watched? Oh shoot! I should
I
have
have
showed
no
y'all the
clue
clip.
who that is.
Oh, I should have showed y'all the clip.
What's he do?
Basically, okay.
What's he talk about?
Basically, from what I've witnessed, watching him live and watching clips and his viral clips and everything, basically he wants for black women and black men to, get together and be married and be realistic. And, a lot of the women that come on there go viral because he talks about, being a traditional housewife. And if you're a traditional housewife, you want a traditional provider. And a lot of the women that are coming on, they're obviously modern women, right? And a lot of modern women, in my opinion, are not realistic with what he's saying and like really listening. So he really be a savage with it. Like he really just doesn't mince words. And whether you agree or disagree, it's true to what he's saying, because he's, he really talks about how 1 in 4 black women die alone, unmarried.
Sheesh.
You know what I mean?
Well, I'm a
And-
feminist, and I believe that
No, he
the
said 3 and
queens
4.
are standing high and tall.
They are, but he said 3 and 4 of those high queens don't get married and are dying alone.
They standing high and tall alone.
Yes, they dying alone, and that is not false, because most of the women in my family die alone. You get what I'm saying? Either they were unmarried or they whatever, but they die alone. They got
Think
kids.
about
but they
it. How
die
many
alone.
of your friends' parents single mothers?
Exactly.
Very true.
And that's what he's saying. It's like, we not taking it seriously. We don't value men. Like, there's just a lot of different things that he covers that he's been getting a lot of backlash for, but there's a lot of people that agree with him as well. So it's just really controversial. And I personally would like to go on one day, because he be adding anybody. It's not like he has pre-selected guests.
Right.
If you request and you wear a bonnet, sis, that's your fault. Like,
Right.
because once he start asking you, well, what do you want? You're gonna be like, I want a man that makes 6 figures. And he's like, okay, how many kids do you want? Do you plan on working? He's like, how much would a man need to make in order to support a family of 5 or 4? And then they don't know the answer. Then they figure out the answer. And he's like, well, what are you bringing to the table? Because there's thousands of you. So what are you bringing to the table? Because you want somebody who's in the top 10%.
I think I have heard about this guy.
Exactly.
I have heard about this.
Damn.
Not to say that I want to plug him so much, but it's a really good freaking phone platform. And
It's
I like
interesting.
watching it.
It's an interesting concept, because it's like, all right, people in general, this is not just a woman thing. People in general expect a lot of shit from their opposite.
100%.
Right. But a lot of people aren't willing to, like, they say, oh, the person opposite me should be doing this, that, and the third. But then they won't look at themselves and be like, well, if they're supposed to be doing this, what am I supposed to be doing? Maybe you should
I
be
agree.
providing the same thing that you think that other person should be providing for you.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, then what is this? What are we doing? Like, what is this conversation like?
Exactly. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of the culture now is like centered around what the other person can bring to the table. That's how I agree exactly what you're saying.
Right.
And I experience that a lot in my dating pool as well. And
Word.
as a man, it's like people are looking for me to pay for things all the time, and I'm like, we got the same economy going on. You know what I'm
Welcome.
saying? I don't have it for both
Right.
of us, baby.
I'm
You know?
broke.
We both broke. So let's come together with the brokenness
Shit ain't cheap.
and be stable.
Let's talk about, I don't like struggle relationships. I feel like...
Well, I didn't say anything about struggling.
No. I'm just saying, in general, I don't like being like
let's struggle together.
Yeah.
Well, let's,
I've experienced that.
I
and
get
I don't
that.
like it.
Let's not struggle together. Let's build together.
That's right.
Like if you want to struggle, if you want to be here with me, like
working,
finding where you fit in as a puzzle piece to the overall dream, and we could all have it.
Right.
Then cool.
Right.
I'm kind of done being like, okay, she could be separate and doing her own shit. It's not gonna work for me.
Yeah.
I'm sure it works for other people. It don't work for me because like I'm not gonna have no time to see you if you're not a part of what I'm doing.
Yeah. It's interesting that you said that because that's one of the things that are discussed, like how you want, like a lot of women, they might want a man that makes 6 figures, but the pool of black men that make 6 figures is very slim. It's like
living space.
1% that he's in the top 1 percentile, but yet you don't even know what that man wants, like, and what you would need to do to come, and like what that requirement is. And I think a lot of times we forget, like, we don't have forever. Like, you can find love when you're older, but the chances are much slimmer. And I'm not gonna lie, like, even at my age, I'm considered in the danger zone. And I'm young, right? I'm young. But the fact is, there are people who are raised to be a certain way. I was not raised to be nobody's traditional housewife. And there's nothing wrong with being a traditional housewife. Right. You just need to realize that if you're going to be one, there's going to be some things that you're going to accept in your marriage that you may not be comfortable with. Right. You know what I mean? Like, he be telling people to go back to their ex-husband. Like, because they might have broken up because of distance. Or they might have broken up because she found out he was cheating. And he's like, he wasn't sloppy with it. He was doing everything he could do to make sure you didn't find out. So you wouldn't have found out if this man at your job didn't tell you. So what if he didn't tell you? She was like, we would still be married. He's like, go back to that man. Because now you something years old, you got 2 kids. And it's very unlikely that a man is going to want to raise somebody else's kids.
Tighter because you looking for a specific thing. You looking for a tax bracket, but then you don't realize all the things that you like within a man who also have to fit in that tax bracket. Right. So it's like a bunch of Venn diagrams, and the one you looking is exactly in the middle of it. But there's like 10 circles around this shit. Right. It's a tiny ass spot. That's some crazy shit. Like. Nah.
You know what else? Also, people have a problem with dating within their own tax bracket for some reason. It's like everybody aspires to be with somebody that's like wealthy and rich and all this different stuff, as if being with like, and I'm speaking as a woman, like, ain't nothing wrong with dating somebody who make a little less money than you. There's nothing wrong with like being with a man who has a regular job. You know what I'm saying? And these women come on here as if they don't have jobs that they only getting paid $50,000 a year. Like, girl, you want a man who makes $500,000 a year, but you're making $50,000 a year, and you are a journalist? You're not gonna be making a lot of money. So, and there's a lot of pretty girls.
Find the dude who can think creatively but he's maybe on your exact level. Right. He could think creatively to help boost you to the level you're trying to get to. Right. But not go looking for the nigga up there hoping he gonna pull you up. Right. Like, because as dudes, we kind of do the same thing. Like, I wouldn't mind having like a little older cougar.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Sugar
Talk
mama.
about it.
You know what I'm saying? I got some bills. You know, I got a car. No,
but I feel like in the same token that same behavior is like how we operate in creatively as well. So like people reach out to higher people than where they are to like work or like be put on, rather than networking right here on their same bracket or whatever. So I feel like it's the same problem there as well.
Yeah.
Network across, baby.
Yeah, lateral business strategies. Sorry. You need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Jumping side to side, networking with the people around you, not over here like, oh, that big person with all the money is the target. Like, you everybody can see this person, which means they're a target to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Which puts you in direct competition with them people. Yeah. That's not a good strategy. That's a terrible strategy.
You know what? It's so funny because me and Trae, right? Okay, so we met back when my mom had a dance studio, right? Trae came in. Trae thought.
Don't.
Trae saw me.
So I thought Jordann was a stud. Because first day I came to XL. She was baggied out, baggy clothes.
At XL. Wait.
Some hat on. Some shit like that on. And I was just like, she's clearly A stud. The next day I came to the studio, it's a whole nother person. I was like, wait.
Short shorts, ripped up
shorts,
fishnet
crop
song.
tops and stuff. I'm like, wait.
So we started to be around each other a lot, like when he started to choreograph. And when, because I was already choreographing and teaching, but then he started to choreograph and teach and everything, and then we would always be together. So we eventually was mixing music together and everything. So when Trae picked up a camera, it was just like a hobby, right? He was just taking pictures of himself, but then we started taking pictures together, and then before you know it, this hobby just became, he got better and better at it. So when I started putting my music out and we were doing shoots, like he would use me like to practice, right? And like people would see my shoots, and my whole thing is, when people see my shoots, I'm gonna be blowing you up so they can hit you up. You know what I'm saying? And like get you paid, gigs and things like that. So we didn't even really realize that we were building each other.
That's true.
And now we still doing our thing, but he's able to be having no like 9 to 5 and work as a photographer. You get what I'm saying?
Fire,
and
bro.
I'm an artist. I'm hosting. I don't have a regular job. I'm hosting. I'm doing, gigs here and there, performing, or I might do a video or something like that. But like my pictures, most of my pictures are pictures that Trae took. You know what I mean? Like my professional photos, I hardly have any professional photos that Trae did not take. I've even left the photo shoot.
I was gonna say, can we talk about that? Because that was crazy. My dog went to a photo shoot, was not happy, came to my house. We did that in the house.
And my pictures with him came out
fire.
better than my photo shoot that I
day,
paid $100 for.
people were like, those are so fire. And I'm
To
like,
this day.
literally on the floor in my
You
living
can't
room.
beat a good eye though.
It's the eye.
It's the eye. It's not even. A lot of times, a good eye will be able to use subpar equipment to make something that seems like so much further than you could ever imagine.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. A concept.
Yeah, that's it. It's a fact.
A concept. Because, I mean, really though, like, there's some things that we've shot that we think is like okay, that other people be like, yo, like, that's fire. Like, who did that? I'm like, yeah, it was Trae, my best friend. Your best friend? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's a great muse as well. I'm sure we all know, Mike, you worked with her as well. She's very great at execution and precision and delivering what you are asking for. You're great, and you're still growing. I love you.
Can we take a second, right? Let's chronicle in a quick, not too long, like the journey from like Jordann in middle school to XL to BET to a group to single like artist by herself.
Can I say something before you go into that? I also met Jordann, or I didn't meet her, but I saw her before I met her. And I was just like, who is this? At her talent show at Gardens. And I was like so in love with her. Do you remember when you was Janet Jackson? And you did. I was so in love with her. I was like, who is that girl? Because she should have won. They robbed her. And I'm upset.
Yes.
They were hating. And then come to find out that they were hating at the school.
I agree. I should have won.
You've been a natural born performer since the beginning of whenever I started to know you.
Palm Beach, Gardens High School, Gators Got Talent show. Y'all still rip me off. I ain't salty, but I know what y'all did. It's cool.
I hear a little salt.
2 of my teachers was the judges, and I don't know if they was trying not to be biased. Look, I don't know if they was trying not to be biased.
She tore that stage up.
But really I did that.
That was like the highlight of that night for me. I was like, this performance was crazy. I was like, wait, she took the show like boom, and they gave it to somebody. Right.
No shade.
So middle school, Jordann.
Just start from where XL starts. Let's do that.
Okay, so Ro founded Excel. And then
bleep that shit. My producer
founded Excel, right? Before we had a name. So there was no name yet. We was meeting at the Royal Palm Beach Recreation Center with Mr. Tyrone, rest in peace, his soul. Shout out to him. He was a great community advocate for the kids in the community, So we had like a room. We were able to use the room in there. From there, the dance team pretty much grew, right? After the dance team grew and everything, let's fast forward a couple years. My mom opened a dance studio. She was like the last parent kind of standing with like supporting us. Because at one point we was in the garage, in my garage, and then Chris started to be one of our choreographers, and when Chris started being our choreographer, then we transitioned to a dance studio. When we got the dance studio, we eventually was doing, competitions and everything, winning them locally and things like that. Then we went to 106 in Park. We won 106 in Park. We went back for All Stars and won again. When we went back, somebody saw me doing the interview, and we had like a very futuristic look. And I guess it just caught the attention of somebody who was a person who was in the music industry or whatever. And he saw Hajar and Vanessa and said that we should start a group. So we started a group. I ain't gonna tell y'all where he started the group from, but he started the group from a place that was very secluded. So he started the group. And
wasn't that the guy? He was a manager for.
No, not yet.
Okay,
not
right,
yet.
right.
We didn't meet him yet.
All right, I'm jumping ahead. My bad.
Right. The person who discovered us,
right,
and then said start a group, like the person who conceptualized us, wasn't. I've never met him physically to this day. I talked to him on the phone. He's on Instagram now, but never met him.
Damn.
So we started getting managers from like Atlanta and everything. And we was traveling. I've always been trying to pursue music since I was, like, professionally since I was 15.
Right.
I've been writing songs since I was 9. I've been choreographing since I was 6. Didn't know I was choreographing, but I was choreographing at 6, right? So always had an interest in performing. Didn't really know if I started singing or dancing first. I kind of just acted out the music, and that's what performing is.
Right.
So fast forward now, right? 106 in Park. We win. Then the
for like the
group,
4th time.
Right. We win. Yes, exactly. We won like 3 different times 106 in the Park, right? So we go as a singing group to 106 and we won. We never went back for All Stars, whatever. We did a little stuff. We was together for probably like 3.5 years or something like that. Then we broke up and I focused again on my solo career. And that's when Radical Phoenixx was truly born.
Pause for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
I just like, because you're a part of this at a lot of this story, right? Like while they're traveling up there, you're there.
Yeah.
Like
He
you're
was dancing with us.
right?
I was there.
He was on the dance team, and then he danced with Vag, which was the name of the
Right,
singing
right.
Yes,
right.
he went on 106 in the Park with us.
I was booked.
That's why this
Booked and
like
busy.
this duo works so well. Like
Yeah.
all these parts of the story that people are hearing, they don't see. In my head, I see it visually, and Trae in the
Yo,
background
That's
dancing.
crazy
and
that we
shit.
here
Do
today.
you
Right.
remember that when you and Matt put us, the singing group, in the studio,
Right.
and we did a song?
Yes,
I still have
remember
that song. Trey was singing that song the other day.
Yeah.
We was in the studio,
Right.
he was singing it the other day.
Oh, when I
It's
was-
in my phone, actually.
When I was
Send me
like,
that,
jealousy
please.
Okay.
is a disease. Don't try to comfort me. I'm like, y'all had to. That was.
That was We Can Do That. Actually,
What was I singing?
you was singing We Can Do That.
Oh,
That
so
was
it
a
wasn't
demo.
wasn't Spotlight.
It wasn't Spotlight.
Oh, okay.
But close, but no cigars.
I mean, still, I got the catalog.
You
know
do,
what I'm saying?
you do.
And here.
So it was a lot. It's funny because we always felt like we could legit have like a documentary, like
No, for
because
real.
so much was going on. Not to mention, when the dance team was going on, I had a life-altering situation take place that I completely skipped over. Like I got a brain tumor when I was like 13. And I was still in a dance team, but we were a competitive dance team. So my focus at that time was just dance. I really kind of threw away my dream of being a performer because of whatever teenage stuff. You get discouraged and everything.
Right.
But then I got back in my bag at 15. I was like, yeah, let me get a vocal trainer. Let me get a look together. I performed at our little dance team's production show, and it was great. And then right after that, I was 16, and the other girls were like 2 and 4 years older than me. We started a group. I was the only one who was already pursuing music.
Right.
So that's why I'm the one who's still pursuing music, Still know the other 2 girls. Still, they're both doing great. Shout out Vanessa, Hosanna Beauty. Y'all need y'all hair did. Y'all need a wig. She can do that. Hajar is in Miami, married. You feel me? Like,
Oh wow,
yeah. So, yeah, like,
It sure is.
that's crazy.
Groups dismantle all the time. Like,
Right.
there's a lot of artists that are solo artists today you never even realized they was in a group. Rihanna used to be in a group. Iggy Azalea used to be in a group. Like a lot of people. Neo used to be in a group.
I was in a group.
Trae was in a group.
Trae was in a group.
Trae was in a group. Like they was born after us. You know, we was vag. They was testes.
You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. We said we gonna do that, but for guys.
What y'all do, but for niggas.
You know, pretty much. They really inspired us, though. They did.
Yes, they was at the studio. They was fighting and everything. It was like some behind the scenes making a band type stuff.
See, I was like, hold up. Around for that.
I was like, hold up. I'm Jordan. I'm Jordan.
No, I didn't see. I saw you. I was like there for like the inception in the studio on the trips. Like people didn't know. I was like. I was helping your mom drive the car for the long distance trips to get y'all to certain places just off the stream because I was just like, hey man, I'm doing music.
Yes,
they
Mike
doing music.
I'm
always down for the cause.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Every time.
Mike even brought the chair on stage for my first solo debut performance. Harriet Himmel Theater.
Holy shit.
Opening for H-Town. Yes. I was like, Mike, can you bring the chair on stage for when I do the little lap dance part? He's like, okay, when? Like, Mike is always like, yeah, what's up? What you need me to do?
I also like used to cut some of the fucking the dance mixes for y'all like way back before Jordan like fully took over.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I'm like an integral part of XL. Motherfuckers don't know. I'm always in the background like doing some shit.
It makes sense.
I'm a background nigga.
Yeah, that's all
Same.
right. That's all right. I like background niggas. I do. I really do.
Word.
Because without the background, the front is not going to be smooth.
It's not
at all. Like to this day, like the reason why Trae is even here today is because I wanted him to be here for moral support, but also because like if I needed like behind the scenes pictures, Trae's always like, all right.
Right.
You know,
I do that.
It's hard when you're by yourself. Especially when you're female, because your hair, you got to make sure your lip gloss is popping and all that. You feel me? Like, I don't be knowing sometimes. You don't know everything. A team is very essential.
A team is super essential.
It's very essential.
That's the one thing that I'm happy, like, all the random weird experiences from, like, all the people that be on the show just to come and talk. It's kind of all taught one central theme for me is that you can't do it yourself at all because I watched mad people in Palm Beach. I was around for mad people in Palm Beach, literally in their business dealings and shit. So I know it's not possible for anybody, even if you think and they look like they're like, oh, this person's making moves on their own. No, there's somebody behind them. There's a budget behind them. There's some sort of marketing thought behind them. There's a manager behind them. There's a cameraman that's constantly there. Usually the same camera people. People tend to stick with their, once someone makes you look good, you're like, oh no, this nigga make me look good.
It's interesting because I am one of those people who people always think I have this big team.
Right. I mean, nah, you don't have a big team.
I don't have
You don't have a big, but you have a team.
I barely have a team. It literally be me, Trae, and my mama.
That's a team, though.
Yes, but like my mom right now, my mom is not nearly as active as she would like to be because my mom has like some health issues or whatever. So she's not able to be like that bulldog that she used to be able to be, protecting me and like being at every event and she don't want to be in every event.
The
like
craziest, most random connections that no other parent could possibly do. Shout out to Miss Fisher.
Seriously.
Yeah, shout out to my mommy.
Like,
Mama Rad in the building.
How she get a bunch of Palm Beach kids on 106 in Park multiple times to win constantly.
Let alone take them all there.
Take
a whole bunch of kids somewhere.
Exactly.
And have them in control.
Which is why whenever she came to me, she's like, can you help me drive? I'm like, yeah, I got you. Like, I see what you're trying to do. Like, I can appreciate that.
Nephew. Then she see the other nephew. That was my favorite nephew. Then she see the other one. Hi, John. That was my favorite nephew.
You know what's funny? Because your mom does that a lot. I remember we was competing, and she used to tell me and Antoine we both was the weakest link. We came together. No. We came together, and we was like, dang, she told me I was the weakest link. She told me I was the weakest link. I'm like, she played us. She playing us both, so we go hard.
Sounds accurate.
She played us both.
Yeah. Sounds very accurate.
It does, actually.
To this day, I am still traumatized by some of the things that my mother has made me believe about myself that is not true. Because everybody else says the opposite. I'm like, but my mama said that I can't. And they're like, nope, you're doing great. And I'm like, wow. Well, thanks, Mom. Now I have a therapist. Shout out to my therapist.
Everybody should have a therapist.
Everybody.
Shout out. Everybody should have a therapist. Talk about it.
I have a therapist.
Good for you.
I haven't been in some months, but
Same.
But COVID and whatnot.
Yeah.
So.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
But I do have a therapist.
Same.
You got to. You gotta go talk to people.
Same.
There's some crazy shit going on around.
Absolutely.
Me. It seems to be chaos all the time, and I don't know why. Because I'm so calm.
Speaking of therapy, I feel bad because I just put out like this video, like reel on Instagram, right?
Know.
And I was actually coughing, and then when you cough and you start crying, and then before you know it, nose start running, and it's just like, like you just,
Right.
that's what
Cough attack.
happened. So I just quickly, in the spur of the moment, being the dramatic person that I am, I start recording. I'm like, I just want to be happy. It's like, it's not every day that I cry. So like, I want to get real footage of me crying. And I'm like, I just want to be happy and not choke on my own air, because I was choking on my own air. So when I posted on Instagram, the caption was, "My life is so hard." But people don't know. Me and Trae know what that is, but that's from a parody.
Right.
From Shit Rihanna Says that we always refer.
Mm-hmm.
And she said something like that in
My life
Rihanna's
is so
accent.
hard.
So when I put it, it looked like I was really going through something. And when I tell
My
you,
dog was getting phone calls.
I was getting FaceTime calls. People was hitting me up like, "Are you okay?
Are you okay? Do
I'm
you need
worried.
help? Do I need to send
was like,
somebody?"
Oh my God, let me go live and just...
Which in turn is a really beautiful
Don't
thing.
It
jump
is.
They checking
off the
for you.
ledge.
They
It-
checking
right.
for you.
No,
They-
it's good because
they
normally...
checking in on you.
Normally, I wouldn't post it. That's number one. And number two, the fact that I got 2 phone calls, I was like, damn. Like, and Trae was with me, so we was both like, damn.
You remember? I don't
I
know if
feel
you were
bad.
around for this, but like your brother threw a party one time way back at the house,
Mm-hmm.
and then somebody there took a picture of me passed out on the couch. It said R.I.P. Mike.
Oh my
Yo,
God.
I got so many texts and phone calls. Like, who? Was it
Mike?
Is it, no.
We gotta stop
he
playing
dead?
like this.
No, seriously.
What's
We gotta
going
stop
on?
playing.
Chill a little bit.
We gotta
I was
stop
like-
playing like this.
I almost had to make like a public announcement.
No
like,
facts.
Whoa,
Yo,
whoa.
I'm still alive.
No facts.
The recent allegations of my death are false.
That's crazy. No, that's very, very crazy. But like, because I actually do deal with depression, and because I have spoken about it, like in very small increments, I think people really did take it seriously. And it's good that they took it seriously, because there's so many times that people are reaching out and no one takes it seriously.
Yeah.
So it is great that people did take me seriously. However, I will never joke like that again.
Right.
Because as much as I feel like I was being over the top dramatic on purpose so that people know I'm being funny, some
Right.
people they don't read captions, they don't read comments, so they don't see where I'm like, I was just joking. They don't see when I
Exactly.
write
Again,
that in
the
a caption.
execution and
So they still
They
precision
don't
thinking
see it.
was
right.
too good.
You literally got to get on and make a whole video announcement.
Yes.
Put it on your reel. Put it on your story.
Yes.
Make sure everybody could see it.
Yes.
Just so, because people they take things too.
I was too believable, but it also let me know that maybe I should go into actress.
Hey,
to acting.
I'm trying to get into acting.
Facts.
It was too
Facts.
good.
It was too good. I mean, it was
But
really
the people,
convincing.
if you've been through some real shit, that cry, that cry could be on cue at any moment. Like that's not I feel that way too. I feel like it doesn't take much for me to be like straight tears coming from my eyes. All I gotta do is like think of certain things and it's like boom, I'm there. I feel like I need
Damn,
I want
I'm
to
not there.
practice
I'm not
that.
there yet.
I want to
I have
get
to practice that.
I need to focus that into something.
I gotta start listening to
You know what I'm
gospel
saying?
music first and be like,
Yeah, get you thinking about your story, your testimony, and yes, you know what I'm
start
saying.
crying.
Yeah, because
I tried.
I'm on the verge of tears always. No, I'm lying.
See, I
That
was
sounds
really
like some
believing
shit
you just now.
Drake would say.
I was really just believing you.
That's some
just
Drake
now.
shit.
I'm
always
saying.
I was about to
tears.
reach over and touch and
Hey
grab
man,
your hand.
Netflix, holla at me.
For real.
I'm trying to be on
Verge of
TV.
tears.
Damn.
Shit. But yeah. So where did we leave off in the story? I feel like we be getting sidetracked. I feel like you suffer from the same thing I suffer from, where I tell a story and then I'll be like going off in all.
No,
the
I'm definitely
branches.
all over the place.
I do the same.
I'm
thing.
definitely my name is not Radical by accident.
Well, we
Word.
were talking
I am
about
all over the
what
place.
we're doing for the month. month?
No, I finished the story though. It was pretty
finished
much
the
that I
story.
went solo, and that's where I stopped. Now I'm here. I went solo, and when I say went solo, it feels weird because I never
'Cause it
really
doesn't-
stopped working on my own stuff.
That's real.
I was
Right.
working on my stuff while I was in the group.
Right.
I was working with our producer while I was in the group. Like that was
Right,
not a
right.
secret. So it never felt like I officially went solo.
It's not that you went solo, it's that the other people went solo in their personal lives. So
Right.
it's like they gotta
Right.
just go and do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Which
Right.
is because sometimes saying I went solo, it makes it. I don't know
It
because
sounds
of
like a
dramatic.
bad.
because of Beyonce though. Like
Right.
Sounds bad.
it
yeah.
gets a weird connotation. Like I left him, mother.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. That's what it sounds
Right.
like.
But even with Destiny's Child, like each member of that group knew their role
Yeah.
and knew what they wanted. If Kelly wanted the same type of career Beyonce had, she could have pursued it. She did not pursue that.
Nah.
She
not-
pursued
not
other
that
things
hard.
in addition to music. So,
I mean, she had a great career though.
She
She
did.
did,
But
and
she's
she
also not
does.
Beyonce. So it's
She
like,
not Beyonce.
at the
yeah,
same
she
time,
did
at
and
the
she
same token.
does.
Beyonce is Beyonce.
Yeah.
Right.
At the same time.
Facts. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
But I do be looking up
Facts.
Kelly songs. Like,
Facts.
like yo, that shit hard.
Facts. Coffee and sex in the morning.
Hey.
I don't look up the other girls' songs. They got some songs?
Probably.
Yes. Actually, she does.
Who?
Michelle has a song.
I wasn't talking about Destiny's Child.
Oh, you was talking about?
I
Oh.
was talking about your group.
Oh no. I don't know if they
They're
recorded
pursuing
anything
like
and put anything
families
out.
and stuff though. They're like on to different pursuits. Like I don't think like music is
It
what
was there.
they're. Let's not do that.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant. No.
Dang.
I know, dang, that's not what I meant.
It's not to say that nobody in the group pursued music after, but they just didn't continue after they continued.
Right.
Like they might have tried to continue with another group and all that stuff, but it just didn't stay. A lot of people always would tell me like they just feel like I don't need to be in a group. Even my manager was like, you shouldn't be in a group. I didn't see it back then because I was young, and I had a vision for how I needed to do things. I felt like, because I was definitely trying to follow in like other artists' footsteps, Beyonce, Justin Timberlake. Like, okay, be in a group, then you go solo, you get comfortable being a performer, being an artist, and then you branch out when you're ready. A group is really a training ground for a lot of people. Even on dance team, I miss sometimes having like a dance team, not as an adult, but just the support and like the community of it. Because even outside of practice, we spent so much time together.
Right.
But then when the group was no longer performing and stuff, it's like, oh damn, we're not even really friends. We was just it was like we was just really hanging out because we was always dancing together. We would be at the movie theater dancing.
Right.
We'd be at a football game dancing. Like we would just be like, oh shoot, you remember that routine? Damn, how it went again? Like that, like we was just that devoted. And I think
plus like sometimes the group is where everybody starts to kind of figure out their actual position.
Yeah.
Like
and what they want.
At first you have an idea of a position because you aspire to certain things. And since you aspire, it's like, oh, I want to be seen. I want to do this. I want to do that. You go on, you realize, oh, actually, I don't want to do that because I don't like
That's
any of the
literally
shit
my
that comes
story.
with
Right.
it.
Because I came to Excel
Right.
wanting to learn how to dance to be an artist.
Right.
He felt
And
like he had to
then
dance to be an
I
artist.
like branched out into other things there.
And you realize you like that more.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even really like that much attention like this. You know what I'm saying? And then picking up a camera, making up moves. I'm like, this is more me.
Getting
you know?
into styling.
all that other stuff. I'm like, yeah.
My whole story is clearly behind the scenes. Like, I'm a behind the scenes dude. I'm very comfortable behind. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily in the public. But as I move on and I realize I started to assess my goals, I'm like, damn, my goal is to support certain things and promote certain things. I can't promote from behind.
That's
I can
true.
only promote by leading.
That's true.
So
That is true.
That-
here I am.
that's a
I don't
gem,
want to
right?
be in front of the camera,
That's
but
a gem right there.
this
true.
is what I gotta do.
That is true. And that is interesting because there's been times that I've wanted to completely quit being in entertainment as a whole, right? And I've had to really sit and ask myself, like, why are you doing it at all? Like, because, I always go back to, like, when I was a little girl, like the dream that I had, but it's like, okay, but why did you have that? Like, what sparked it? What made you feel good about it and all that stuff? So when you realize it and you say to yourself, okay, for me to be able to promote what I want to promote, I have to be in the forefront. It's like, for me to be able to tell, because people will ask you, well, why do you have to be the one to sing the song? You're a songwriter. Why don't you just be a songwriter? There's more money in being a songwriter. Or you could be a dancer. Why not just be a dancer? You're a great dancer. And it's like, yes, I'm a great dancer. Yes, I'm a songwriter. But nobody's going to tell my story the way I can tell my story, because guess what? You're not selling the steak, you're selling the sizzle, right? So when I'm telling my story, you're not even buying into my music as much as you're buying into my story, you know? And on a world stage, like, I feel like my personal testimony is such a strong and powerful testimony. Like, I'm literally a walking miracle. You feel me? Like, you're literally a walking miracle. Yeah. Nobody can tell your story.
That's a fact. That's also, eventually I will get to that. Like, not in this conversation, but I'm just saying, like, I also, you know my health issues and stuff like that. I want to get to promoting that. I can't promote that from behind the scenes. Like, I have to be a leader. I need to advocate, because I know so many intricacies, the ins and outs of that type of stuff that other people can strongly relate to, that I need to be able to tell that shit. But I am bad at public. Like,
you're not bad at it.
Well, I'm getting better. I've been practicing. This is like episode like 7 or something.
We're gonna affirm that you are getting better at it. We're gonna affirm that you are good at it.
But this is a conscious effort. This is not a. This is not like a. Oh, I just fell into this. No, I. It's funny. Randomly, right? My producer. I'm trying not to say his name out here. You know what I'm saying? This is a well-kept secret. So my producer, he comes in here. He's like, yo, I pulled up to the studio. This man randomly pulls up to the studio to shoot somebody else's podcast, right? They shoot the podcast. I'm a chill, go with the flow guy. I let it happen. It's fine. As I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, wait. There's so many missed questions. There's so much stuff you could be saying. Mm-hmm. So I stepped to him afterwards. I'm like, that was dope. I want to do this. I can do. My brain works this way. I never even realized I thought that way, but I do think that way. Right. And I'm like, damn, I want to do this. He's like, bro, you want to do this? If you serious about it, I make this happen for you. Right. Ever since then, we kind of just like co-manage everything, where we each come up with the guests. We each like contact people. We set schedules. We, set up all the lights and all this, like, really, like, it's a show. It's a full out production. Right. But I never thought this is where I would end up doing anything. Because I'm a producer. Yeah, I'm a songwriter. I'm an engineer. Like, this is not my thing. Talking is not my, talking in real life is my thing. Talking in real life is your thing. So I don't know where you got that idea that talking is your thing, but I was just about to correct you. All right. Talking in real life is my thing. Talking on camera is not my thing. Okay. Right. But what were you about to say? Trae and I were just talking about this yesterday, about how you were saying, like, there's so many things that you know about your story, like things that you've dealt with. I was saying, like, what if, because I was frustrated. I got off the phone with a government agency, I will not say their name, that has to do with healthcare. And I was talking, you know who you are. You know my social security number. Cover for you. Look, but I was telling Trae, and I was venting to him. I was like, what if that's what I'm supposed to do? What if I'm supposed to out these niggas? Like, what if I'm supposed to be the one to be like, nah, this is not cool. Like, how do y'all not have a caseworker for my joint? Like, I've been without insurance for 6 months. Right. Like, and I have medication that's life or death. That's crazy. You know what I mean? So it's like, I was getting tight, but I was also like, nah, I need to figure out a way to like make this integrate with my brand, because I got to do it. Right. No, for real. I ain't getting no younger. Look, we might as well do it. There's certain things that people like us go through that mofos don't know. They look at you, they be like, from the outside looking in, she has it together, she's a strong individual. Mm-hmm. They don't know how true the actual statement is. I used to say, you don't know, I'm not that strong. Now I say, you don't know how true you are. Right. Like, how right you are. You're right. You don't know the truth you speaking right now. Like, I'm for real. I like putting up with a lot of shit. I like that. But I keep my composure in public to the point where people will forget. They do. They forget, like, oh, no, Mike's fine. He's normal. He can do everything that I can do. It's not necessarily true. That's real. That's me too. Right. There's times that I be just getting tired out of nowhere, and I be having to remind myself, like, bitch, you don't have metabolism. Like, your body needs that medication that you skipped 2 days in a row. Right. Because you was feeling fine and you forgot to take it. Like, and now you hitting a ton of bricks, got to go to the studio, and you trying not to fall asleep. Like, facts. So it's like, oh, yeah.
Thanks for the reminder, big guy. You know what I mean?
I always get reminded because I'll be out here trying to be a normal person and living normally for mad weeks at a time. And then get slapped and be like, shit, that's right. I do have that. That's the thing.
That's a fact. I'm rubbing my knee right now because people don't be knowing. I'm like, I be getting joint pain. Like, I'm low key an old lady.
We're
like,
getting old.
Like, low
Facts.
key, like, I be on stage kicking it, and they don't even know how freaking big and swollen my legs be after I perform and do all that
seriously,
stuff.
and the bruises.
Yes, they have no idea.
Shit.
Like, I be getting a bruise out of nowhere. Like, where'd that come from? Don't know.
Don't know.
A bitch got steroids in her system. I don't know. I don't know. My blood is thin. I do not know. Do not touch me too hard.
I'm going to just smile and keep it moving.
Exactly.
I don't know, but...
This is good. I like this. I like this. It's very therapeutic for me. My therapist said
It's
that
a form
during
of
the
therapy
podcast.
for sure.
It
Definitely a form of therapy.
It is, very much.
Because I don't talk much as well. I'm very like, I ain't talking now.
I need you to talk more.
A little bit more, yeah.
So,
but
Trae,
I don't talk that much. But even just hearing myself back or like hearing the responses that I come up with for you is like, playback therapy for me. So I'm like, that's how I feel about that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
So this is really good, actually.
Yes,
Word.
you work it out as you respond.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So.
Yes. I be getting into my therapist bag sometimes with people. I be like, so who do you think taught you that about yourself? Who made you believe that?
I take it like whenever I have a conversation with somebody, like say I meet like a new girl or something, I always start. It's like,
You get deep.
I get deep.
Oh my gosh.
I'll be like, so your last relationship, like,
Yeah.
what happened? Just a simple question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this, that, and the third. Okay. Why do you think that happened? Oh, this, that, and the third. All right. What do you think your exact part and what happened was?
No, that's real. That's real. Because
Okay.
people like to go straight to like
What
it was
they
the other
did.
person.
Right.
It was the other person's fault. And I'm like,
Yeah.
can we
What
just
was
be
it-
real?
We definitely play a part.
Because I
Here
was
you
trash.
go. Ask
you
people
know?
this. What was it that this person was providing for you that you felt like you couldn't get anywhere else that made you keep coming back to how toxic it was? Motherfuckers will think hard for that one. They be like,
When you have girls as best friends, it's like you just hear this stuff a lot. And no, don't snap. Because
and
it's not
everything
one
that's
of
not
those-
sex, because sex is an easy answer.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like, why do you feel like you kept coming back? What part of yourself are you so ashamed of that you felt like this person is the only
my
one that
God.
will understand this?
Where in your childhood did you allow someone to betray you?
Yeah,
Time
and you
and
feel
time
like
again.
this person is worth more betrayal. Like where is it coming from? What's that shit stemming from?
Who or you ask, who else in your life have you allowed this to happen?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
To be like, dang.
I feel like I gotta reassess my questions I ask when I'm meeting people.
Nah, man, I want to know your inner psyche. I want to know how you going to subconsciously react to me.
That's real too.
So
yeah.
I need to know like what buttons not to press. And also, I'm a fucked up person.
I would press some buttons.
I will press the buttons
I'm
on
pressing
purpose. I need to know which buttons to press, which buttons not to press. I'm probably gonna be mashing on the ones
It's
I shouldn't be
interesting that you're
pressing.
giving this perspective because I'm usually the one who is the challenger, right? But now that I've been attracting more alpha males in my life,
My dog. Give me that. Give me that.
That's
Give me that.
hilarious.
Give me that. Give me that. You know what I'm saying?
now that I've been attracting more alpha males, I've been challenged more. And with me being challenged more, I really enjoy squirming a little bit in my seat when I'm asked certain questions. I'm like, damn it, you're good. Come here. It'd be like, ooh, you're in touch with your emotional intelligence. I like this. You know what I mean? Like, and then it's just like, dang, like, I like this because I wasn't looking for this. But because I've been doing my inner work, I attracted you.
Yes.
And you attracted me. And now we are both working our stuff out in a healthy environment, a safe space.
Let's say space.
Ashe.
That was almost the name of this podcast, except that's kind of ham-fisted. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Bit pod, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't raising your kids. You raise your
That's
kids.
right.
I was like, Ashe.
The power to make things happen.
The podcast was going to be named Ashe.
No.
No.
No, he thought
safe,
when you
safe
said
place,
safe
a safe space.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
nah. That's too
That's
like
like a caption.
I know, right?
a safe space.
This is a safe space.
It's not a safe space.
It's not.
This is an unsafe space.
That show Respectfully with Justin LeBoy.
Yeah.
He put this is a safe space on his stuff.
Oh, see, I'm glad I steered clear of that.
Definitely don't believe that though.
He's saying it's a safe space in the sense that
They already off to a toxic start.
You know.
you're already toxic, so it's like you can't worry
You
about.
know what you're getting.
Yeah, you already
Right.
know that
That's
anything
why
that
I
you
say
say is not going to be a surprise to us
That's why I
in
say
this
it.
area over here. And I like that. I actually know somebody who grew up in the same hood as him. Yes,
Oh, really?
yes.
Where's he from?
New York.
Oh,
I believe Queens, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know much about him, but yeah, it's actually really dope.
Yeah,
that you can
I seen
start
that.
something with your face not being on it, and then boom, you show your face and you have a show, and it's like wow,
What was he doing that didn't have his face on it?
memes,
Yeah, like the memes and the
memes,
little
and,
sayings.
and
he's
demon
like a
time.
meme
It was really
lord.
demon time demon time and the memes. They had
Word.
demon time on the lives where girls would come on there and be like doing nasty stuff and everything.
It's like BET After Dark.
Exactly. You remember that?
Good time.
I actually knew the dude who edited those videos.
Are
together.
you serious?
Tip drill.
Dead ass? All that shit. Shout out to Justin.
Wow, a segue.
Shout out
From
to
Justin
Justin.
LeBoy to Justin who
To
did
just
Beauty Has a Dark Tip
Dark.
Drill. Wow.
Yep. Just
Wow.
so smooth. You know what I'm saying?
When I think about when BT After Dark came out and how young I was,
No, seriously.
why were we so disgustingly nasty at our age? Like, why were we so nasty?
We're just, our
We was so
I blame
curious.
primordial-
society.
We
I
was
blame
making mixed
society.
CDs with slow
Socialization.
jams.
Right.
Slow jams was just code word for sex music. I mean,
no, real
I was
talk.
just
real
telling
talk. Like,
yo,
music that you can have sex to. That's what slow jams
People was
mixes were.
making me playlists in middle school.
That's what I'm saying. That was my first hustle. My first hustle was burning CDs.
Hey, shout out to the $5
Give me the
CD
list.
club.
Exactly.
$5
$5
Send me your
CD
little
club.
playlist.
For just $5, you can have all the songs you like. Contact me now.
I made so
Make
many
a list
CDs
and send
with
it in.
Beyonce, You're My Rock. It's crazy. So many requests for Beyonce, You're My Rock. I
Yo,
was like,
you should see some of the shit I was putting on CDs. I went and bought it. That was the best investment I ever made. Cause that shit,
CD burner?
that shit jump started every hustle I had after that. Was
Do
the
you
fucking
remember having CD burners?
Yes, I installed it in my computer myself. Like I opened the computer up
Like before computers
Whoa.
had a CD burner.
before
There were
computers had CD
actual
burner. I'm that
burners.
old.
I was
all
about to
right?
say,
Wow.
I was like, my computer definitely had that. So I'm like,
Wow.
No,
That's
I'm
what I was
old
like,
enough
Mike's-
to have
Mike's
had a
a little older.
computer that did not have a CD burner in it. I installed my own in it. I had to get a new face for the computer so I can get it in there and then hook it up and then install software so the computer would even recognize it. And then I had a special CD burner that when you flip the CD over, it can etch a picture. So my shit was like
no,
customized.
That's fire.
So then I was selling.
had a
customized-
CD burner that
Yo,
put
my
pictures
shit
on
was
your stuff?
ill. Whenever I do a hustle, I'm going in
Trey's like, why did I
top
know about
notch
this?
quality.
What like jacks did it have though? Just a floppy? Is that
It was just a CD disk drive.
without the? I'm saying
Without
without
the
you
floppy
without
disk.
without you in without you.
Oh no, yeah,
customizing
it had a floppy disk drive. It had it. I'm telling you, I'm exposing my age right now.
That's all right.
But
That's
it was
all right.
A
Is
floppy
anybody-
disk, the hard disk one, because the floppy is a bigger one.
Yeah.
Shit. The floppy is a bigger one. The smaller one is a what was that called? You know? With the
MP3.
other no,
Oh.
the other disc, not the mini disc, but there was another disc drive that was like there was
Floppy?
floppies. There's the floppy ones, which was bigger and floppy, and then there was the other
Bigger
ones
and
that was plastic,
Plastic.
and it had a little metal part that came over. You used to use them for school. Y'all used to use them for school.
Flash
For-
drive?
No, there's a bigger one and a smaller one. They both call floppy disks.
I don't remember the smaller one.
Me neither.
See, that's how. When y'all gonna get home and look this up.
Yeah, right.
You're like, God
right.
damn, this nigga Mike was right.
That is crazy.
But yeah, I had the computer had that. You know what I'm saying? We had probably like Windows 98 in that bitch, like. And I went and installed the own shit just so I could fucking make CDs and shit. And I used that money to buy candy. Then I used the candy money to further my endeavors. I ain't gonna
Wow.
put that.
Further
on
my
camera.
endeavors. That's right.
Further.
Legally.
Yeah.
Embezzle.
Sure.
Embezzle.
That's a nice mic. Anybody gonna eat that lollipop? Give me that lollipop. You know that guy I'm talking about? It'd be like freaky candy store. Give me that lollipop.
I have what
what is that?
That's a
called?
floppy disk.
What's the bigger one called? So they're both called floppies.
One's 3.5 floppy, the other's floppy. It's a 3.5 size disk that spits inside of that.
Fact check.
Okay.
Fact check.
So they're both called
Can we
floppies,
phone a friend?
but one is bigger, so there's a size that's different. Word. So
floppy.
yeah, a floppy disk. It had 2 floppy disk drives, one big one small one.
What was your favorite song on your mix? You wanna know what my favorite song on my mix CDs was?
What?
Y'all gonna be so surprised when y'all hear this. Jennifer Lopez Play. Y'all probably don't even know that damn song.
No.
Nah, I wasn't in
We
Jennifer
don't know.
Lopez.
Play
Oh,
all
that
night
one.
long.
Okay.
I put a lot of
Just turn it up or turn it on. Play, go and let you play that song. Let me tell you my exclusive joint. I had 3LW,
It's
no
giving me
more.
Janet.
It is giving Janet. It is. That's why I liked it. But I had 3LW, but I had the version that Keeley had a different rap. It was a better rap. So everybody knows the standard Keeley Williams rap, but I know that unreleased rap.
Are you sure you know the unreleased one, or you just don't know the song, so you put your own words in
No,
it?
no. It was her voice, and it was a different. She's doing something like Keeley. Nobody knows that version. I had that version because Kaza, they would be downloading sometimes the wrong versions of something like the unreleased joints. So like.
You just showed your age too.
I did. Kaza. What's up, Kaza? Kaza. We used to download music videos before.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before the BET Jam. Was it BET Jams?
Yeah.
MTV Jams. My bad. Not BET Jams. MTV Jams.
There was both though.
There was a BET Jam?
There was a BET Jams.
What the hell?
But that's like not old. That's more.
Recent.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, no. Ain't no damn BET. I'm talking about before Kaza.
Right.
I was on Kaza downloading songs, movies, and it would take like 3 days for a movie to download.
Set it and forget it.
Yeah.
Oh God, my cousin used to be the one to do it. So like I don't even remember if he charged me, but the fact is that I had Lil Mo Superwoman on that thing.
Oh yeah.
I had J-Lo, I had 3LW.
I missed that one. I started with
You just
LimeWire.
said Lil Mo Superwoman, and that's like my brain shut down after that. Right. I can't be. Right. Yeah.
We need to give Lil Mo her flowers. She is the tribute artist go-to besides Fantasia. Stop playing with my dog.
Word.
That's not true.
My God.
That's not true. She's a legend. She was with Missy on Hot Boy. She had Superwoman. She had Forever. She had the Ja Rule songs. Features. Okay, well, if she was on Versus, she would definitely be playing her features.
Yeah, features are allowed.
Features are allowed.
Right. She wouldn't have a choice.
She wouldn't have a Versus because she doesn't have a long enough. I understand, but the point is, can she do a
They
show?
should do versus minis.
Versus minis would be dope.
Where they specifically
Versus
get artists
minis.
who were like topping the charts with like features and other
Yeah,
shit, but
versus
not like
minis.
a full ass career.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that
Because
was
there's some
dope.
strong contenders in
Who
that
would you
shit.
put in the Versus mini?
I will put. That's a good question. Damn. Maybe Lil Mo versus like. Who was
It's
the?
hard, right?
Yeah,
Right,
it is
yeah,
hard.
another-
Who was
another-
I feel like there was a girl
Nicole.
who did
no,
a lot
Nicole
of
is
like
different
Ja
era.
Rule songs or some shit.
Besides Ashanti, I mean,
Oh.
Christina Milian did a
No,
song,
but
she wasn't.
she'll blow somebody
Yeah,
out.
She
like,
wasn't like
yeah.
she has a lot of songs.
Yeah,
low key.
like she has
got
like
a catalog low key.
Yeah.
AM to PM, baby. Say so.
Mm.
I mean, I say so. What's it called? Say I. say so. Yeah. Say
Music has just changed sonically so much.
Right.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
I feel like that would annoy kids nowadays, but it still rides though at the same time.
Nah,
They can't
that
listen
shit
to
is
it.
hard. They need to go back and appreciate.
Yeah,
but
they
then
do.
again, we should be going back to appreciate. But then again, most of us have.
Oh,
So
I
that's a
do.
more
I
recent
live
thing
in my
with kids.
old favorites.
Especially when I hear something, I gotta go download it. Now I'm like, I gotta go put this shit back on my phone.
Right.
Sure
Exactly.
do. Sure do.
First thing I do is go start like a fucking radio play, whatever the fuck. You know how these apps will take over? Like you play one song and be like, oh, you like this? You might like this.
Right.
Or maybe you'll like this.
That's so
Right.
true.
Hey, you
Right.
probably like this.
Right.
I love doing that.
You may also like.
They always right.
They always right.
They always right. I do
That's
like
true.
that. Damn, you know me so well, YouTube music.
You know what I did one time? Speaking of verses, me and Token, shout out Token Renaissance. Me and Token, when we heard about I think it was Ashanti and Keisha Cole, we were saying that a better battle would have been Ashanti and Maya. And we actually did a battle. Like, we did it ourselves.
Oh, word.
Like a playlist battle. And we also did Fantasia versus Jasmine Sullivan. Yeah, we did. I mean, there's some people that I could see
Right.
that may not have came out at the same time, and that's the thing. Like, it's better to pick people that came out around the same time, because if y'all didn't come around the same time, like Usher and Chris Brown, I don't think that's a battle.
It's not a battle.
It's not a battle, because
I don't think
Usher's
so.
catalog is like
Yeah, he's still
like
going.
Chris Brown has a big catalog, but he don't have the catalog that Usher got as far as classics.
It doesn't have the impact. It doesn't
Yeah,
have
Yeah,
the-
it don't have-
But he has a lot.
He has a lot of songs, but not nearly the classics.
And the impact.
I mean, and not to say that Chris Brown does have some of the impact,
Yeah, he has classics.
but he doesn't have the songs that have been around long enough to have the type of impact.
right.
True.
Like, I'm not
that
gonna play
Usher would
Say
have.
Goodbye and
Yeah.
Nice and Slow in the same.
Right.
Like, it's just not the same. It's just it's been around too much longer.
Right. This
for me to
whole,
compare.
like, kids conceived and like damn near grandchildren about to come out of like
Exactly.
this shit crazy. It's like you're like 2-3 generations in and shit. Like,
Right.
That's different. That's a different type of impact. Wherein the first thing you think of, like a girl says, make a slow mix.
Right.
A girl
You go
tells
back.
you, make,
Right.
yeah. The first thing you add in is like some Usher, some everything from the '90s, pretty much. Is what you-
Nah,
Confessions album.
I start with the
Chill.
Can we get a room? I go back there.
Silk, baby.
South side of the ghetto. That's where I
Oh,
start.
shit.
That's where I go.
Makes me love in the forest of the meadow. Can we get it on, get it on?
They just had such a nice way of saying things back in the day. You know?
They had a
When the sun
yeah.
gives light.
Not when the sun is shining, but when the sun
Gives
gives
light.
light.
Can we
Now it's just
Just kiss you. It's my mama.
throw
calling me.
baby.
Right, they just
Bust
get
all on ya.
They get straight to the point. Like,
Yeah, bust all
Right.
on you. That's what he said.
Yeah.
yeah.
I never knew that that's what
Throat
that man said.
baby.
Let me
I
read
just
the
knew he
lyrics
said
for
throat
you.
baby.
Throat baby,
As a matter of fact,
I'm
let me
going
look
to
it up.
bust all on you.
I don't want to say
Throat
this.
baby, I'm going to give them to you. No, throat babies. Sorry.
Mind you,
Plural.
the visual will give it all to you.
Oh yeah, you'll see the visual. There's people like skiing down throats and
Throats.
shit. Like
What?
Smoking Plan B. You know.
they smoking Plan B.
Yes.
Smoking it?
What?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
What is the thing called where you do the ultrasound? He was like putting the ultrasound on her throat.
trying to see the babies in the throat.
Yes.
I mean, I'm here for the creativity, though. I'm
It
here
was
for the graphic
genius.
effects.
But
It is low key genius.
it's genius. But
It's low key genius,
the
but
absurdity.
it is foul.
Yeah.
But it's
done.
dope.
I don't appreciate it.
I like that song. Came from.
Yeah,
do too.
the
It's
song
very
is
catchy.
lit. And honestly, I thought they were saying "Go Baby" for the longest time.
It is because on the
That's
radio,
the
that's
clean-
what it
the
is.
clean version.
It's just way better to me. It's
Yeah.
like "Go Baby," and I'm at brunch or some shit, drunk.
Right.
Go
Singing the wrong
baby. You don't know the words. You just singing it. Wow. Wow. Shameless plug. Wow. I'm so over all of this damn vulgarity that I love so dearly. It's
Yeah, we
really,
relate to
man.
some degree now. Get it twisted.
We relate
Yeah.
to some degree.
Vulgarity? I do. You don't?
I do.
Okay then.
I ain't gonna lie. You sing it with a different conviction when you.
Speak.
I've said too much.
I said a little too much. This ain't my podcast. I ain't the one that's supposed to be asking
It
the questions
is yours
here.
for the day. My platform is your platform for today.
Next question.
And forevermore.
Look over there.
Yeah.
Look at distraction.
Over here.
Look over there.
Oh man.
Sorry, y'all. My mama was hitting me up.
I'm just like,
You're toasted, aren't you?
I'm not toasted, but you know,
They've been having a little sippy sip while we've been
I have been
filming,
sipping.
and I have not.
I'm
As you
also
can see,
had a sip.
I'm a stand-up citizen.
So we lesser.
I didn't say
Right.
that. I just said a stand-up, meaning that I could stand up
So we sitting down.
without getting dizzy.
I got a topic. What about self-righteous people who don't get drunk and then try to judge you for
Oh,
Let's talk about it.
dang.
it? Under the bus, you
Ladies
go.
and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, Radical Phoenixx.
Actually, listen, here's the thing, right, about getting drunk. So I don't really get drunk. I like wine. I like fruity drinks. It's very difficult for me to get like drunk. And I don't like not having control over my body because I'm a lightweight. You know what I'm
100%,
saying?
I agree.
So I know my body and I know my limitations. I don't have a problem with that. I have been one time stumbling in that house, like Jay-Z said. And when I did stumble, I said, wow, it is at this very moment that I realized that this is what he meant. Drunken love. And that was when I decided that I no longer want to participate in this stumbling business. So I just no longer stumbled, and I decided to be tipsy and nice, and I was good with that.
I feel you on that.
I don't really be
I
needing
prefer
to,
that too.
I don't like
I
the
don't
feeling
like to be
of
out of my
being
mind.
and the next day I can't be productive. I don't like that. I like to be able to wake up the next day and be good.
You know,
You see how we woke up
I
this
don't
morning?
think I've ever had a hangover if I get sleep. If I go to sleep, I'm fine. The problem for me arises when I can't go to bed. Like the night I had yesterday or this morning, technically I'm still up from yesterday. I've been up damn near 48 hours.
See, that
now.
sucks because alcohol
Right.
makes me sleepy. It's a depressant, so it makes me sleep. Like if I'm not around music, I will fall asleep immediately.
I'm starting to realize that I have, even though I seem very calm, like I have way more energy than I should have. So low key, I'm just like,
You fired up, Mike?
so it's hard for me to sleep half the time actually. So I'm just up.
And I think that might be literally what it is, because I've kind of been experiencing that in a way, like starting my own business. I think I go to bed, but lately I've been like having trouble going to bed, and I think I'm
Yeah.
just like
Your mind is
excited.
more overactive.
You're just
I'm
excited.
and I'm like, what else can I be doing?
I get excited
I
about
can be
this
doing-
shit.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
excited about coming here to do these interviews. I'm excited about doing recording sessions. I'm excited about producing sessions. I'm excited about writing sessions. I'm just excited. If it's fucking anything to do in this studio, I'm like so fucking pumped up that I'm getting 2 hours of sleep and I'm working damn near 22-hour days, and I'm not even stopping to think about it until my
That is
body
true.
just shuts
we can
down.
talk about that because people for a really long time, I was unmotivated to do anything music wise. Especially last year, I got COVID in June. Then my mom got it in July. Then she got sick. So it was just from June, it was just downhill.
Right.
It was just one thing after another, after another, after another. So I was really my energy was drained. Like I was completely burnt out by the end of last year.
Right.
And if I had something that I knew I could be excited about, I would have had them. I would have been in the studio more. I would have been writing. I would have been doing more. But the fact is, I was literally struggling just to be happy to wake up.
Right.
Like that's depression for real. When you wake up and you're like, damn, I gotta be up all day. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't sleep all day. Like you don't want to be in the bed. So
Right.
you try to get out of bed, and it's a struggle just to get out
It's
of
a
bed.
struggle.
That is not a good place to be, and I hate being
Especially, you ever do this? You be like, damn, all right, I need to get out of bed by this time.
Yes.
And then slowly that time approaches.
And
And,
you
then you sit there
still
and
in
you're
bed.
like, all right, 10 more minutes. I'm
Right.
going to sit here for 10 more minutes.
Right.
And then it keep going. You keep
Right.
doing that till like a half hour done pass
Right.
by and you still in bed, not
Right.
doing shit.
And the challenge is, I was also in therapy, right? So one of the things that I learned in therapy is that I avoid things. So I'll keep myself busy to
Right.
avoid dealing with how I'm feeling. A lot of people do that. So last year, it forced me to sit still a lot because I wasn't running up and down all over the place. I wasn't working as much. I wasn't doing as many events and all this stuff. So now, what normally would keep me excited I didn't have that. I just had my own thoughts and my own things that I need to work on. So I'm forced to deal with those things. And if I'm like not excited about going somewhere, doing something, it's because I'm literally thinking about all the stuff I want to do and work on that I'm not able to do right now because of whatever reason. So it was like very hard. Like
sometimes thinking about it so much and thinking about all the things you could go, oh, I should do this, or oh, I should do this, or there's not enough time in the day. That shit will put you at a fucking standstill.
Yes.
I've tried to adopt over the past year. I've adopted like just do, think less, do more.
Just do it, yeah.
Yeah, just think less, do more.
Yeah.
If he hits me up and says, you got to be in front of the camera,
it's like, all right.
I could think of a bunch of excuses.
But you just do it.
I just do. Before I could say no, my initial response is yes.
Yeah.
Then I have to hold myself to the standard of like, oh, bro, you already said, yeah, you got to show there's nothing you can do now. Like, you better get
Especially
your lady ass out of bed.
Exactly.
Especially when you become aware of it. Because once I became aware that I avoid things, I purposely was like self-aware. I became so self-aware that if I felt myself avoiding, I would stop and just work through it a little bit and like feel my feelings, which caused me like, I don't want to say it backfired because in the long run it's good, right? Because you work those things out, but in that moment nothing else matters. Not going to the studio, not writing, like none of the things that normally would work to distract you. When I was aware that I was avoiding things, I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna go because I need to feel this right now. It's like, damn. It's like, it's a good thing, but it's like, damn, I'm not being productive. But am I not being productive? Or am I taking care of myself?
Yeah.
Right.
Because sometimes you gotta go through it.
It's a
you
balance.
gotta go through it. That is
it's
a balance.
Yeah. You can't always keep moving it so you don't experience any type of real feeling or emotion. You can't do that.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, you do need to get things done. And sometimes moving forward will help you, contemplate right.
And I had to get that balance. That's what I've gotten this year. Is like getting more a balance of like, all right, feel your feelings, but keep going. Like, yeah.
Nah, you have to feel your feelings and you do have to keep going. Life don't stop and life ain't going like there's people out there getting one up on you while you are sitting there trying to figure yourself out.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, damn, all right, if it's possible, can I figure myself out on the go? Can I do this like a drive-through? Yeah. Can I just be like, all right, I'll just grab something to eat. I'll think about this on the way. Let me just be quiet on the way.
A lot of times, that's why it's not the things that you plan that usually is a breakthrough for you. It's usually things that you don't plan. It's usually things that you don't have the time to think about. Like, for instance, when that whole thing with Jay-Z happened, I had no idea that that's what was going to happen when I was at that shoot that day. Like, I was just prepared. I looked good. That's why my mohawk was looking right. You know what I'm saying? I made sure my jump was looking good because I knew I was going to be around people that were important. But I didn't know that I was going to be on camera. Like, I wanted to, but that wasn't my intention. My intention was just to talk to somebody behind the scenes and just... And I spoke to somebody important that's like his right-hand man, but that's not what got whatever. It was me being on camera. It was me being... I had a freaking flu. I literally had the flu the day before. Right. Okay? And if anybody knows how it can feel when you have the flu, it's like you can't move. Like your legs, you're in pain. Like I was feeling crazy. So the fact that the shoot was pushed back, like if I had time to think about that, I would have overthought it and I probably would have messed it up. But the fact that I was just like, all right, I'm going to drink some tea. I'm going to put some olive oil on these hands. I'm going to heal. I'm going to pray over myself. I'm going to do what I need to do. And I'm going to go. It was as if nothing happened the next day when I went there. Yeah. Because my mind, I pushed myself through with my mind. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes that's what's necessary. Yeah. Like sitting around and like thinking too hard about shit will put you back. And for people who don't know, she's talking about the Picasso baby, that video. Yeah, right? Picasso baby. Yeah, the short film debuted on HBO. You feel me? I got my little IMDb credit. Hey. My teacher, for the longest time, my teacher told me that's why I can't change my name from Radical Phoenixx. Right? Because I have credit as Radical Phoenixx, like on HBO. True, she was like, yeah, you can't change your name right now. My marketing teacher when I was in college. Right. Because I was thinking about it and she was like, yeah, no, don't do that yet. You can always change it later. You can like always change it. When you get more attention, change it. When people can like really, but as long as people are still having to look you up, like, nah, leave it so they can see it. Balance continuity. They can follow it. Nope, not deleting this Instagram. Nope. Nope. Sure not. Word.
So,
doing good.
and with that, this is a great pod. We gonna end it.
Wait. Before we end it, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get my little shameless plug in. My EP.
No, you got to.
Yeah.
For sure. And with that, you know what I'm saying? Let the people know where they can find you. You know what I'm saying? All your social medias, your Twitter, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Snapchats, if you so pleased to give that out.
Do not use
Not the
Snapchat anymore.
Snapchat.
Unless it's for the filter. And playing with my little baby cousin Ari. Hey Ari. Yeah, who am I? Oh yeah, my name's Radical Phoenixx. My EP that I released 1 year ago is called Dangerous. And it is still out there on all streaming platforms. You can find it. You can tag me. You can use it on TikTok. You feel me? I'm on every social media platform you could possibly think of that is actually active. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. But normally I'm on Instagram. So if you want me, DM me. Holla.
And Trae, you know what I'm saying? Tell them about the studio. Tell them about the photography.
Yeah, come check me out. The studio down there on Datura. You can look me up at Trae.Alexander. On all platforms, traealexander.com if you want to book, and my work's also there, so yeah, check me out.
Trae does great work, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit him up for real. Like photography, all of that. He's actually working with one of my artists right now, so I already trust him, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta hit them up. Follow Jordann or Radical Phoenixx on everything. Follow Trae Alexander on everything, and you can follow me, Mike Sick Rose, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, IG, Snapchat. It is all the same, even continuity, my nigga. I thought about this from the moment I started making it on my social medias.
Yes.
Because fuck you, that's why.
Same.
So,
We
out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Absolutely.
Word.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. That was good.
Yo, that was fun.
We love it here.
Yeah, definitely.
I love it here.
Definitely a comfort zone here.
Woo!